YouTube, what is going on? We are back again, more Pokemon Light Platinum here, part 10. And we are going to navigate everybody's favorite, the desert section of the game. The obligatory desert section. I can't remember if Gen 4 had one or not. I would remember because I've been playing those games recently. But for sure, Gens 3 and 5 had deserts. And so does this game. And the sandstorm, if the sandstorm damage doesn't drive you insane, the fact that you can encounter wild Pokemon anywhere on the map will. And believe me, it got really annoying trying to navigate this section. Even though there are some very very good ground types in this Shellos. See, there you go. There's a Shellos right there. You can get yourself a Gastrodon if you want. I took the opportunity to give myself a little extra HP. Hey, thanks, buddy. But there's Hippopotasuses, there's Drillburs, there's Marowaks, there's all sorts of pretty good ground types here. So if you don't have yourself a solid ground type on your team, this would be the place to find it. But we already have Muffin-Duck, so we're going to be continuing on with our quest to go to Gromont City, I believe it's called, where I think it's the 5th gym, and it's the last gym that I actually completed in my initial run-through with the game. Looks like we had some trouble there with the trainer, or something, I don't know. Trainers in this desert are kind of tough, so I'll give them credit. Oh, and there's Wild Trapinches here too, but as you can see, we already have one that is fully evolved. So there's no reason to catch one. She says the sun is really strong. Well, you are in a desert. I don't really know why you brought an umbrella to the desert. So that's kind of your fault. I'm not gonna lie. Find a revive, and I'm starting to get annoyed by the lack of space in our bag. So I'm gonna probably off screen at some point. I'm gonna just take some time and just dump a bunch of stuff that I don't need. You know, just make room in the bag, like the Lucky Punch, if you saw that there. Remember, good old Lucky Punch is not going to help us whatsoever, so, I mean, there's no point in keeping it around. It's just taking up space. Eric got poisoned in that battle, so I had to use a full heal. The only one that I had. But whatever. And there's some crates up ahead, and we can actually move those using strength, oddly enough. It's a big object! It's like the game. I like Pokemon games because it sounds like when they put things in capital letters, it sounds like it's yelling it at you. It's like, an object is in the way, and you can't do anything about it. Would you like to use strength? It's just kind of funny. That's always the way I've kind of read Pokemon text. But here we find Prof. Jasmine, who also has a Flygon. Flygon pills! So she's found the second. Remember that tablet that we buried in the opening cutscene of the game? Well, this is the second one, and there's the third part that apparently we need to find at some point. But she took the second one with her back to her lab, and our quest for the rest of the game is to try and find the third tablet. I almost said tablature. That's my guitarist coming out, folks. But the third tablet, which only I can read, so I don't know why she took it with her without like asking me to read it first. So you remember that from the opening cutscene of the game too? Like the tablets are written in an ancient language that only I can understand. So you know that's nice and convenient, isn't it? Oh my god, the encounter rate is ridiculous! And you're not even safe if you're not in the grass. The Pokemon just appear in the sand. So really, what's the point of even putting the grass in the game at this point? The only thing it does is change the background. And I like how as soon as you step in the grass, when you encounter a wild Pokemon, it goes from desert to a lush grassland. So that's a nice little effect there. This guy gives us a soft stand, which I'm not going to be using. I really not huge into held items except for competitive battling, which they are necessary. So we are in Gromont City, and the ground type gym is here. The best ground type move is Earthquake. Yes, I know. That guy's looking for a Torkoal for his Onix, and in all honesty, I'd rather have the Torkoal if I caught one, but I didn't, so doesn't matter anyway. I can't trade with you, bro. And you have to have a ticket to get in the museum. Like, you can't just go in and buy one. Like, you know, any other museum would work, but you gotta actually find one, I guess. But they say this is the strongest gym in the world, which obviously is not true because it is the 5th gym, and you would expect the next 3 to, you know, kind of increase in difficulty as the game progresses, such as the natural order of video games, you know, whatever. This is a hack. People kind of just say random stuff because, you know, if I were to make a hack, would I really take the time to make everybody say something unique and interesting? No, you'd kind of just want to, you know, get everything done and just make the people actually function. But that's the problem with this game, is that there's so many, like, random people standing around in the routes, and, like, you talk to them and they have nothing interesting to say. So it's like, why were these people programmed into the game? I don't understand. You should just take them out and have them in towns, because usually when I see people around on routes, I think they're trainers, so I try to, you know, battle them or avoid them, and it's just pointless to get my hopes up or have me be worried about battling when it's just some random person who never give you anything. They just stand there and say something useless. Like, that's cool, I guess. It's like, I can always understand why they put those people on, like, the first route of the game, because they're, like, explaining what's going on with the game. But not when it's later on. But Team Steam's invading again! No! Team Steam has invaded a museum in the most, like, non-threatening invasion of all time. Come on, guys, get some original ideas. I think it was just Team Aqua. Team Aqua invaded a museum in Generation 3, man. You guys are behind the game. Although, either that or, I guess, Team Aqua are hipsters. I mean, they're so hipster, well, that's not true, because they're in support of water, so they must be in support of the mainstream. Boom! Psh, that was awful. But they also want all land to be eliminated, so, I mean, so hipster that they refuse to live on land. I mean, I guess Team Aqua would be the ultimate hipsters then. We're gonna try and find a way. I actually don't think we end up doing it. It'd be really, really, really nice if Eric could learn Slash right now, but there's nothing there's nothing I can delete to make room for it, so whatever, sucks for me. I think I misclicked here. Meant to go for a Lava Surf instead of a Roar, but it didn't matter anyway. I hurt myself in confusion. Get the Lava Surf off, does a nice chunk of damage. There's basically, and the AI is terrible and uses Curse on itself when it has less than half of its HP. Well done, my friend. Well done. That's great AI. That's AI at its finest right there. I always think that's really funny when I mean, usually it happens on the first turn because they're not expecting you to get them down to half HP. But I absolutely just love it when I get down to, when I, on the first move, take a Ghost type Pokemon down to half its HP, and then it uses Curse and kills itself. And which is also really funny because since I usually play on Shift setting, that I can just switch my Pokemon out at the end of the turn and with no consequences whatsoever. I like how Team Steam's invading, and then past them, there's just these random people walking around in the museum. Like, you think they'd actually, like, have chased people out of the museum if they needed to use it. But whatever, we're gonna take on Sheila for, like, the 16 bajillionth time, and she's got a Braviary, and I am oh so jealous of that. I remember we wanted one earlier in the game, but we couldn't get it because, the damn thing wouldn't get in the Safari Ball. So she's going to switch into her Drifblim, and behind you is going to take it out with a Thunder, which it learned, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. And she's going to stand... This other lady, who is also an admin, Shirley. Don't Call Me Shirley is going to try to take us out. And I'm just going to go ahead and try and set up the Pagan Sweep on her team. Because I don't really know what she has, so this is just a good method to just stick around and try and scout out what she has. And if I get set up enough, oh wow, that was really bad luck. So I guess Swords Dance became a double-edged Swords Dance. Oh, I'm just full of horrible jokes today. And it's the worst possible turn for her Umbreon there. Gets poisoned from a Sludge Bomb. Her Synchronize has no effect on me. And dies to poison damage. That's a pretty bad day in my book. Same thing with the Espeon. The Espeon Synchronize has no effect on me. And the fact that it is Psychic type and I am part Dark type serves as a very nice advantage for me. She's going to go down and had really nothing that she could do to me. So, yep. They have the legendaries, so they can rule the world. They found the Black and White Stone? Oh my god, oh wow, he called me a maggot. Thanks a lot, asshole. Fuck you. But they found the Black and White Stones? Wow. I didn't know that Zekrom and Reshiram were in this game, but I guess they must be. Wow, I didn't even I knew this game was recent, but, you know, that makes sense. I don't know why, having the legendaries from Gen 5 would make it any more recent than just made in Gen 5. If it was made in Gen 5, now I sound like I'm talking a bunch of nonsense, but I just made a hell of a lot of sense in my own mind. So you know what? Whatever. I don't even care. That door's locked. Fuck that door. So we're going to go in the Grommet Mines to find the gym leader, because we don't know where he is. And I left in all the battles here because this is a pretty short video anyway, so whatever. I don't care. You guys don't care. Nobody cares. Not even... I don't even know. Nobody cares, okay? Let's just leave it at that. I think it might be a little boring because, oh, Horstick, come on, you gotta hit one of these Iron Tails eventually. This might get kind of boring because some of the, trainers in here have, like, all the exact same Pokemon, so, I don't know. I feel like this is a brilliant, brilliant hack, but whoever made it, Wesley FG or whatever, could have spent a little more time on what Pokemon opponents have, because it seems like you get to a certain point in dungeons, and you should either just, like, stop using specific... You should just, like, not have trainers anymore, or, you know, you should actually have some creative Pokemon, because it seems like they all just start having the same Pokemon eventually. And these two guys are different, so hey, that's cool. Whatever. Horstick is getting up there, and he's going into Marowak. And Ground type is Horstick's only weakness, so I'm going to switch out into 2 Deep and take it out with a Water Pulse. And I actually get a crit, but I don't think it really matters or anything. I think it's just a crit. And 2 Deep is actually very weak to his Machoke, so I'm going to have to send Horstick back in and try and take it out with some Iron Tails. But that was that was kind of scary, because that was a revenge Machoke, and those can be very, very scary, because especially when you are weak to it and you land a good move and you see that Machoke used revenge in the text, and you're just like, no! Because you know it's just going to deal a shit ton. It is not quite as scary as Counter or Mirror Coat or Destiny Bond, though. And you know what Pokemon has all 3 of those in its move pool? Fucking Wobbuffet. Oh yeah, I hate Wobbuffet. And anybody who uses a Wobbuffet should be damned to a separate level of hell, in my opinion. And that Claydol used to self-destruct. Alright, fine by me. Because Wobbuffets, if you use them correctly, are just like slow torture. And I can just slowly just set up and just sweep entire teams and shit with Counter and Mirror Coat, because it's like, unless you get I mean, I guess your counter to it would be to set up on it, and then just try and take it out with 1 hit. But if you can't take out a Wobbuffet with one hit and it correctly guesses either physical or special attack that you use on it, you're screwed. There's nothing more you can do to it. And I'm out of PP here, so I'm gonna have to do slow every time, guys. Every time I start yawning halfway through the video, and I think that's a bad sign that I am boring myself. And Horstick is learning Crunch. Finally, we get a better move than Iron Tail, because not only is it more powerful than, actually I don't know if it's more powerful, has more base attack, but it does have a potential to lower the opponent's defense, and it is stab for Horstick since he is part Dark type. Dark Poison is a really underrated typing because the only weakness it has is ground. Psychic doesn't affect it at all, and bug types are neutralized by the poison typing. So any weakness it would have had if it was just one of those two types is completely shielded by the other typing. And I was kind of thinking about it earlier today, and it's kind of sad how many Pokemon with only one weakness have made my top 10 favorites. And apparently that guy's not a trainer. And he has a fossil. He's got the head fossil. Cranidos! One of my favorites. I love Cranidos. I was so upset earlier when I did my Platinum run. And I realized that the game, depending on your trainer number, only generates either fossils of generates one of the fossils of Cranidos and Shieldon. And unfortunately, I got Shieldon, and that guy just screamed at me. Chill the fuck out, dude. I mean, yeah, I agree. Miners can do anything. I really wasn't, except drink. Oh, more bad jokes. More bad jokes. It's no wonder nobody watches these videos. I just babble on like an idiot the entire time. But I set up, I think, 2 Swords Dances here, so I should be pretty set to go. I just finished that down. Yeah, that's a Donphin. Off with the Gigadrain. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the Onix. Bada bing, bada boom. Sends out Marowak, gonna do the same thing. Really, no. Oh, I go for a slash for some reason. Whatever, me. That's fine. Cook it out. No worries. Hakuna Matata. Miners can do anything except beat me in Pokemon battles. Oh yeah. And I think I'm gonna have to find the guy who resurrects that Cranidos and just to have it, because you know, Rampardos is just awesome. Total Glass Cannon, I agree. That argument's brought up a lot. He has a lot of attack and not a lot of defense. But what an awesome Pokemon. Ever since I was 2, I have just had this. I've always had a thing for dinosaurs since I was 2, and any Pokemon that's a dinosaur just has a lot of nostalgic quality to me, and it's just super cool. So I try to use them a lot. What's his face? Rampardos in particular is one of my favorites because it happens to be a Pachycephalosaurus, and if you don't know what that is, it's a dinosaur that had like a very, very bony head, and it would use it as like a weapon sort of against other Pachycephalosauruses. It was kind of like a headbutting tool or whatever for territorial battles or mating battles, or I don't know. I haven't read up on dinosaurs in a long time, even though I did take a class this year at college about dinosaurs, which was really cool. Because I was not expecting it in the least. And one day my professor's just like, time to talk about some dinosaurs. And I was just like, well, awesome. This class just got tolerable. Pick up a Max Revive here. Gonna throw away that Lucky Punch finally, because I don't need it. I think there's just 1 or 2 more trainers here, and then we finally find the gym leader. And there's a lot of errands in here, which are actually pretty sweet once you get them to evolve, but they take forever, like everything else in my party did. This guy's got an Electabuzz, which kind of scared me when I had Pagan out, but he hadn't used an electric attack yet, so I felt I was in a good spot and didn't really care. Magmar would be kind of scary against me too if I wasn't already set up, so whatever, don't care. Magmar, don't care. Alright, this is the gym leader right here, and apparently if you talk to him there, he says nothing. Hey, are you crazy?! Yeah, I guess I am kind of crazy, and he's blowing up this place with dynamite. Look for some fossils. And they're in perfect condition. I use explosives in the mine! My name's Atlas, and I'll return to my gym! Once again, game yells at you. You know what I'm saying? Search over here. Those are some pretty cool fossils, actually. This looks like a Triceratops. I wish they made a Triceratops Pokemon. I would use it. Or actually, you know what that is? That's a Bastiodon and a, that's totally a Bastiodon and a Rampardos. You know, I never noticed that before. That's pretty crafty. But we're going to use our escape rope, get out of there, and next episode, we are going to take on the Grommet City Gym and Atlas, which is kind of an interesting name for a ground-type gym leader. But whatever. And we're going to do that next time. So I'll see you then, guys. See you around.